Are aliens headed for Earth right now, today? A theoretical physicist says the answer is maybe. He suggests a Manhattan-sized object known as 3I Atlas could actually be a mysterious alien spaceship.
Now and then, something from out there in space sneaks into our headlines and refuses to leave, like alien probes, weird objects, and mysterious lights that make even the calmest scientists raise an eyebrow. NASA discovered this recent comet, and people didn't stop talking about it, from researchers to entertainers. This footage shows something surprising yet disturbing. So, what was this footage all about? What exactly made NASA cut the feed? Hang on as we take a journey into the world of space and the alien probes which was discovered lately. If you love strange stories, buckle up. Here's another one. NASA spacecraft and the comet revealed. Before we get into the main gist, let's examine what NASA is all about. NASA, which stands for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, was established on the 1st of October 1958 as part of the United States government. Its primary objective is to oversee the US science and technology related to space exploration and aviation. Since its commencement, NASA has helped to increase our understanding of the Earth and space by conducting pioneering research and developing innovative technologies that have significantly impacted space missions. Moving on to the main gist. On the 18th of October, 2025, an amateur astronomer and experienced comet hunter named Warachate Boonplod made a very beautiful discovery while he was trying to analyze images from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's GOES-19 weather satellite. This satellite employs a specialized instrument known as CCOR-1 to monitor solar activity as part of its ongoing assessment of space weather. Warachate found Comet 3I Atlas to see more in the images, and he predicted it would remain visible to the satellite until the 24th of October. In his message to the comet's mailing list on groups.io, he explained, "Its brightness is comparable to nearby stars with a magnitude of about 11. In astronomical terms, a lower magnitude number literally means a brighter object. Typically, anything with a magnitude higher than 6 is too dim for the naked eye to see." He also mentioned that this comet was moving from left to right relative to both the field of view and the background stars, and it was expected to exit the CCOR-1's observation field by October 24th. The GOES-19 satellite apparently wasn't the only one keeping an eye on Comet 3I Atlas. NASA's polarimeter to unify the corona and heliosphere, PUNCH mission, which comprises 4 small satellites focused on solar research, is also keeping track of the comet. Also, the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, SOHO, which is a joint project between NASA and the European Space Agency, is monitoring 3I Atlas from its orbit around the Sun, which is nearly 1 million miles away from Earth. SOHO uses its large-angle and spectrometric coronagraph, LASCO C3, instrument to observe the comet until the 26th of October. Coronagraphs, like those found on both SOHO and GOES-19, have the sole objective to block out the sun's light in images, prompting the scientists to study the solar atmosphere or corona in detail. On the 28th of October, 2 researchers further shared a study on the preprint server RRXEFA, revealing that Comet 3I Atlas experienced suspicious brightening as it approached perihelion, the point in its orbit closest to the Sun. The team estimates that at perihelion, the comet could reach a brightness of around magnitude 9, which is still too dim for the naked eye to see. This ongoing observation not only highlights the comet's dynamic behavior, but it also looks into the collaboration between various space agencies and missions in studying celestial phenomena. The study got data from space-based solar instruments like GOES-19 and SOHO, revealing that Comet 3I Atlas appeared distinctly bluer than the Sun. The authors of the study said that this color shift is in alignment with gas emissions contributing to the comet's increased brightness as it was close to perihelion. This phenomenon is seen within comets, which heat up as they approach the Sun, leading to the sublimation of surface ices into gases. These gases then swallow up the comet and play a key role in forming its tail. Since they discovered it in July, a lot of scientists have been employing various telescopes to gather as much information as possible about Comet 3I Atlas. Interestingly, this comet is only the third interstellar comet ever recorded, and initial findings state that it's going through our solar system at speeds exceeding 130,000 miles per hour along an unusually flat and straight direction. There has been a lot of wild speculation about Comet 3I Atlas being an alien spacecraft. Most astronomers definitely agree that this interstellar traveler is simply a space rock coming from an unknown star system far beyond our own. The speed of this comet is also worth studying, marking it as the fastest solar system object ever recorded. This amazing velocity shows that the comet has been traveling for billions of years, gaining momentum and getting more popular through a gravitational slingshot effect as it passes by stars and nebula, as noted in a NASA statement. In fact, researchers predict that this comet could be the oldest comet ever observed, with studies suggesting it may be around 3 billion years older than our 4.6 billion-year-old solar system. In addition, it is likely the largest interstellar object ever detected, though researchers are still working to determine its precise size. Research from the Hubble Space Telescope indicates that 3I Atlas could have a maximum width of about 3.5 miles. Looking towards the future, NASA says that the comet will become more visible to Earth-based telescopes again by early December. There's even more potential for it to be seen by spacecraft orbiting Jupiter as it makes a close approach to the gas giant in March 2026. This ongoing journey of exploring the comet continues to charm scientists and astronomy enthusiasts alike, giving a special glimpse into the distant reaches of our universe and what goes on in space. The comet is one of the most talked about topics in the world. More scientists are still talking about it, and the more interesting part is what the celebrities had to say. Let's quickly explore their comments about the 3I Atlas, what scientists and celebrities had to say about this. This continues to be a subject of attention and admiration to researchers and enthusiasts, as more information keeps coming on the cube-like structures appearing close to the Sun. An astronomer, for instance, recently captured what people believe to be the first optical image of Comet 3I Atlas, after its perihelion using the powerful Discovery telescope at Lowell Observatory in Arizona on Halloween, which was the 31st of October. Chicheng Zhang, a postdoctoral fellow at the Discourse, has since discovered that the comet is also visible through smaller telescopes. He shared this exciting finding on his Cometary blog on the 2nd of November, saying that standard amateur telescopes should now be able to spot the comet across much of the northern hemisphere. All you need is a clear sky and a very low eastern horizon, Chicheng explained to Live Science on Friday. He also added that while it may not look particularly impressive, just a faint smudge, it will become more visible in the coming days. This accessibility allows more amateur astronomers and research lovers to participate in the excitement of observing this incredible interstellar visitor. Since its discovery in July, scientists have gathered a wealth of information about Comet 3I Atlas. The comet temporarily vanished from Earth's view as it swung around the Sun, as stated earlier. However, researchers and amateur astronomers continued to track its path using data from space telescopes, even while it was obscured by the Sun. On the 28th of October, Chicheng and his colleague decided to share a study on the preprint server Arxiv, indicating that Comet 3I Atlas experienced rapid brightening just before perihelion. They stated that the comet appeared distinctly bluer than the Sun, which aligns with the idea that gas emissions significantly contributed to its visibility during this phase. He also mentioned that while the comet might still be brightening, more data is needed to prove that it's true. This ongoing research not only enhances our understanding of 3I Atlas, but also sheds light on the dynamics of interstellar comets as they interact with our solar system. Time is a valuable commodity for large telescopes, which is why Chi-Cheng decided to use a smaller 6-inch telescope to experiment with and anticipate conditions ahead of his scheduled observations with the Lowell Discovery Telescope. He managed to capture a new image of Comet 3Y Atlas when the comet was positioned about 16 degrees away from the Sun, approximately 5 degrees above the horizon. He mentioned that there have been radio observations of the comet throughout its perihelion phase. While someone else may have made an optical post-perihelion observation before him, he hasn't come across any other reports yet. We're entering a crucial phase for observing 3I Atlas. As comets tend to approach stars, they heat up, causing the ice on their surfaces to sublimate into gas. This process provides researchers with an opportunity to gain insights into the comet's composition as it moves away from the Sun. In the midst of the excitement, some media outlets have speculated wildly that this comet could be an alien spacecraft. However, most astronomers firmly believe that this interstellar visitor is simply a comet from an unknown star system within the Milky Way. Interestingly, 3I Atlas might also be the oldest comet ever recorded, which makes its study very significant, as it gives a glimpse into the early history of our cosmic neighborhood. Introductory research has indicated that prolonged exposure to space radiation may have altered the characteristics of the interstellar traveler, giving it a thick, irradiated crust that no longer looks like its origins in its home star system. If this is true, it could make it more challenging for scientists to determine the comet's origins. But we can anticipate a surge of new research on Comet 3I Atlas in the coming months as it re-emerges in the night sky. According to Chi-Cheng, the comet is rapidly moving away from the Sun. In about a week, it should be around 25 to 30 degrees away from the Sun, which will allow numerous large telescopes worldwide to begin tracking it as well. Just recently, NASA officially classified 3I Atlas as a comet rather than an asteroid. But some scientists, especially Professor Avi Loeb, who is a theoretical astrophysicist at Harvard University, have raised eyebrows with strong suggestions that the comet's unusual features could indicate the presence of alien technology. In a recent blog post, Avi proposed that the non-gravitational acceleration could be a technological signature of an internal engine. He also speculated that if no significant gas cloud is detected around the comet in December, then the reported non-gravitational acceleration near perihelion might be viewed as evidence of a propulsion system. This intriguing hypothesis has continued to spark a lot of conversation and debate within the scientific community, highlighting the ongoing excitement surrounding Comet 3I Atlas and the mysteries it may yet reveal. Researchers are not only the only people interested in this. Pop culture and celebrities have also joined the conversation about this suspicious comet. Kim Kardashian even tweeted to NASA, seeking more clarification about the comet and stirring up quite the buzz. "Wait, what's the T on 3I Atlas?" she asked, drawing the attention of her millions of followers to what has been happening. NASA's acting administrator, Sean Duffy, was swift to reply the tweet with a reassuring message. "Great question. NASA's observations show that this is the third interstellar comet to pass through our solar system. No aliens, no threat to life here on Earth." Meanwhile, Elon Musk, the tech tycoon and CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, brought up the comet during an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience. He said that its enormous size and unusual composition could make a catastrophic risk if it were ever on a collision course with our planet. Elon also acknowledged the fact that while the comet isn't currently a threat, the potential for it to cause damage on a continental scale shouldn't be forgotten. His comments reflect a broader concern about the implications of celestial objects as they traverse our solar system, underscoring the need for ongoing observation and research. As interest in 3I Atlas grows, it seems that both scientific communities and pop culture are eager to explore the mysteries of this interstellar visitor. Kim and Elon had to say something about the comet, which shows the importance of the news and intensity it brought to the whole topic as a whole. But how did this comet come about? Did it exist before now? Was there any other comet before now which made waves? Let's dive deeply into the history of alien probes and the comet. The history of the 3I Atlas. The newly discovered comet 3I Atlas may really be one of the oldest comets humanity has ever seen and encountered. Astronomers were already fascinated by its presence as only the third object observed entering our solar system from beyond, following the notable 1I Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I Borisov in 2019. However, new research suggests that this potentially water-ice-rich comet could be even more incredible than initially thought. In fact, as stated earlier, the comet might be around 3 billion years older than our own solar system, which is estimated to be about 4.5 billion years old, making it possibly the oldest comet ever observed. Matthew Hopkins, who is an astronomer from the University of Oxford, is part of a scientific research team that states that 3I Atlas could be approximately 7 billion years old. According to Matthew in a statement, all non-interstellar comets, like Halley's Comet, formed around the same time as our solar system, making them up to 4.5 billion years old. However, interstellar visitors can be significantly older, and based on our statistical analysis, 3I Atlas is very likely to be the oldest comet we've ever observed. The key to 3I Atlas's advanced age lies in its origin from a completely different region of the Milky Way compared to previous interstellar visitors. Due to the trajectory that 3I Atlas is following through our galaxy, Matthew and his team speculate that it likely originated in the Milky Way's thick disk. This thick disk is a band of some of the galaxy's oldest stars, nestled between the younger thin disk, which contains the Sun and our solar system. This intriguing backstory highlights the unique nature of 3I Atlas, but also enhances our understanding of the diverse stellar populations within our galaxy. As researchers continue to study this ancient comet, they hope to discover more about its origins and the early history of the Milky Way. Chris Lintott, who is an astrophysicist at the University of Oxford, said, "This is an object from a part of the galaxy we've never seen up close before. We estimate there's a 2/3 chance that this comet is older than the solar system, and that it's been drifting through interstellar space ever since. If 3I Atlas really originates from the Milky Way's thick stellar disk, it likely formed around an ancient star, which could have serious, significant implications for its chemical makeup." Matthew and his team are of the opinion that this interstellar visitor may be rich in water ice. Research has it that as 3I Atlas approaches the Sun, it will begin to warm up. The frozen ices on its surface will undergo sublimation, turning to gas and coming out from the comet. This outgassing will create a cometary aura, known as a coma, along with a bright tail, unique features of comets. There have been observations that 3I Atlas is coming to life with cometary activity. In fact, the preliminary data suggest that this comet is bigger than previous interstellar visitors like 1I/Oumuamua and 2I/Borisov. As it continues its journey through our solar system, scientists and researchers are excited to study its characteristics and behaviors with the hope to gain new insights into the nature of interstellar objects. Another team member from the University of Canterbury in New Zealand, named Michelle Bannister, said, "We're in an exciting time. 3I Atlas is already showing signs of activity. As the comet is heated by the Sun, the gases that may become visible will put our models to the test. Micheli also stated that some of the largest telescopes in the world are currently observing this intriguing interstellar object, and it's possible that one of them may uncover significant findings about 3I Atlas. The ongoing observations promise to enhance our understanding of the comet's behavior and composition, making this a thrilling period for astronomers and space enthusiasts alike. As 3I Atlas continues its journey through our solar system, the insights could reshape our knowledge of interstellar objects and their characteristics. What do you think about the NASA footage that shows the alien probes near the Sun? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. To enjoy more exciting videos, click play on the video on your screen. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when a new video drops.